What kind of person enjoys uglifying a community with hate and garbage? What kind of person contravenes the Dividing Fence Act and then begins a malicious rumor that fence takes up his land to give the impression that he did not build the fence, but his neighbor did and stole his land? What kind of person contravenes the Obi and recruits children to carry out their spiritistic practices and arranges a community meeting that denounces his neighbor as an obia worker? What kind of person contravenes the road code and sends his gang members to deliberately block their neighbor's gate while spreading the malicious rumor that his neighbor does not want anybody to park at her gateway? What kind of person targets single women to harass and torture? What kind of person uses noise harassment campaign? What kind of person fraudulently portrays themselves as a vet when they are not? What kind of person enjoys poisoning dogs while portraying themselves as vets? A psychopath? A mentally deranged person? A person with an inferiority complex? A woman hater? An extortionist? All the above? Around 1984 years ago, this question was asked of Jesus, who answered with an illustration or parable that is popularly known as the Good Samaritan. The illustration drove home the point that your neighbor is the one who treats you in a humane manner, irrespective of your religious, cultural, national, or ethnic differences. It has nothing to do with how far or how near you live to the person. Thus, using Jesus' definition, it can be stated unapologetically that gang stalkers are not neighbors, as they practice inhumanity to the fullest. But the question is more relevant today than ever. Why? Because more and more people are being murdered by their neighbors. The reasons for the attack are trivial and or non-existent. Here are a few examples. As stalking and murder go hand in hand, it is not unusual for stalking neighbors to resort to murder, especially if these stalkers are involved in drugs, extortion, and fraud. Organized gang stalking only serves as a cover for their scheme. Am I being paranoid, or do I have justifiable reasons that these individuals have murderous intentions? Let us not forget the Bible was the first to show that anyone who hates his brother is a murderer. It is obvious that these gang stalkers who pretend to be Christians while spreading hate do not know God. Since their works belong to darkness, they are not in God's light. Clearly, those who are not in God's light are filled with so much hate, they will murder. Is there a history associated with this family and murder? Is it a family secret, or do other people know of it? What advice have the police given to indicate whether this is truth or fiction? Most Jamaican children grew up with their grandmother telling them, "Every liar a thief, and every thief a murderer." Translated to English, this saying says, every liar is a thief, and every thief is a murderer. If an individual is a chronic liar and is willing to lie about you or to you, they are capable of stealing from you. And if they steal from you, they are capable of murder. From another angle, if they lie about you, they are both stealing and assassinating your character. Before answering the above-mentioned questions, let us go back to the eventual night of Friday, November 4th, 2016. Was this a one-off incident, or is this a repeated offensive behavior? Why can such behavior be considered deliberate? Let's examine the surroundings. Beside this offender's home is not one, but two large garbage receptacles. What is the implication of this? There is absolutely no justifiable reason to throw garbage on the open lot in front of a person's property. Such an act is both deliberate and malicious. Here the fake vet has people scraping garbage in front of my property. Here are a few incidents of the fake vet and his associates contravening the Solid Waste Management Act. This man is taking garbage from the fake vet's home and dumping it in front of and beside people's properties. Here is garbage being deposited by the fake vet and his associates. But what is the obsession with this fraudulent vet and garbage? Interestingly, various real estate agencies and insurance companies say a lack of visual appeal, eyesores in the form of illegal dumping of garbage, devalues one's property. This is one of the key objectives of extortionists. They want your property at little and no cost. If you're not careful in your desperation to leave because of the activities of gang stalkers, the eyesores created by gang stalkers will devalue your property so that you become the loser financially. This is also true with property damage. The damages caused by gang stalkers additionally devalues your property, which allows the extortionist to obtain your properties at a ridiculous cost. How is this neighbor strategically paved the way for community-based harassment? How is he blinding the minds of individuals to the truth? How is he transformed once decent persons into monstrous zombies? For the answers to these questions and more, subscribe for Who Really Is My Neighbor, Part 2, Contravening the Dividing Fence Act.